Most people believe attraction is built through beauty, luck, or perfect timing. They think a man falls in love because he meets the right woman at the right moment. But if you study human nature carefully, you will discover a different truth. Men are not controlled by logic as much as they like to believe. They are controlled by emotions, by the way they feel when they are around someone, and by the meaning they attach to that feeling. The woman who understands this has an advantage that cannot be measured by looks alone. She knows that a few carefully chosen words can create more impact than hours of conversation. She understands that people do not become attached to those who impress them. They become attached to those who make them feel understood, respected, and valued. This is where most women make a mistake. They talk more when they should speak with purpose. They try harder when they should create emotional space. They chase attention when they should create connection. The truth is simple. A man's heart is rarely won by saying more. It is won by saying the right thing at the right moment. Throughout history, influence has never belonged to the loudest person in the room. It has belonged to the person who understood human psychology. Love follows the same rule. The right phrase can lower a man's defenses, increase his trust, and make him feel a deeper connection than he expected. These phrases are not tricks. They are not manipulation. They are powerful because they speak directly to desires that most men quietly carry inside. The desire to feel respected, the desire to feel capable, the desire to feel chosen. When these emotional needs are met, attraction naturally grows stronger. In this video, you will discover 13 powerful phrases that can leave a lasting impression on a man and make him think about you long after the conversation ends. Pay close attention, because the difference between being liked and being unforgettable is often hidden inside a few simple words. Phrase number 1, I feel safe with you. A man may never openly admit it, but one of his deepest desires is to feel that he can protect and support the people he cares about. Modern dating often focuses on excitement, attraction, and chemistry, yet emotional security remains one of the strongest forces in human relationships. When a woman says, I feel safe with you, she is giving a man something far more valuable than a compliment. She is giving him trust. Notice that this phrase is powerful because it is emotional, not physical. You are not praising his appearance, his money, or his status. You are acknowledging the effect he has on your emotional world. To a man, this signals that his presence creates comfort instead of uncertainty. It tells him that he is becoming important in your life. Most men spend much of their lives feeling judged. They are evaluated by their success, their performance, and their ability to solve problems. Because of this, genuine trust feels rare. When a woman communicates that she feels safe around him, he experiences something different. He feels accepted. He feels valued for who he is rather than what he can provide. However, timing matters. This phrase becomes powerful only when it is sincere. Empty words carry no influence. A man can often sense when someone is speaking from genuine emotion, and when someone is simply repeating lines. Real influence comes from authenticity. Phrase number 2, I love the way you think. Many women focus their compliments on obvious things. They praise a man's clothes, appearance, or achievements. While these compliments can feel good, they are often forgotten quickly because they are common. What is rare is appreciation for a man's mind. When you tell a man, I love the way you think, you are recognizing something deeper than surface qualities. You are acknowledging his perspective, his judgment, and his intelligence. This creates a unique emotional impact because it speaks directly to his identity. Think about it. Most people spend their lives trying to prove that their opinions matter. They want to be heard. They want to be understood. They want others to recognize that their thoughts have value. When you sincerely admire the way a man approaches life, solves problems, or sees the world, you are satisfying one of these fundamental desires. There is another reason this phrase works so well. Physical attraction can create interest, but intellectual admiration creates respect. And respect is one of the strongest foundations of lasting attraction. A man may enjoy attention from many people, but he becomes emotionally invested in those who genuinely appreciate how his mind works. The most effective way to use this phrase is after he shares an idea, a story, or a solution. Instead of responding with a generic compliment, acknowledge the thought process behind it. This makes him feel seen on a deeper level, and people naturally gravitate toward those who make them feel understood. Phrase number 3, I always feel better after talking to you. Human beings are emotional creatures. We remember how people make us feel long after we forget the details of a conversation. This is why some individuals become unforgettable, while others fade from memory. They create positive emotional experiences. When you tell a man, I always feel better after talking to you, you are giving him proof that he has a positive impact on your life. This phrase is powerful because it connects him with relief, comfort, and emotional well-being. It tells him that his presence changes your emotional state for the better. From a psychological perspective, people become attached to experiences that consistently make them feel good. If a man begins to associate conversations with you as meaningful and rewarding, his emotional investment grows naturally. But when he learns that he also improves your emotional world, the connection becomes even stronger. This phrase quietly communicates appreciation without sounding needy. It does not demand attention. It simply acknowledges value. And value, when recognized sincerely, has tremendous influence over human behavior. The strongest relationships are often built on this principle. Two people become important to each other because they consistently improve each other's lives. They create emotional benefits that neither wants to lose. A man who believes he brings peace, comfort, or happiness into your life is far more likely to develop deeper feelings over time. Phrase number 4, I trust your judgment. Power is not only about control. Real power comes from being trusted. Throughout life, a man constantly faces situations where he must make decisions. Some are small, while others carry serious consequences. Because of this, one of the strongest forms of respect a woman can give is confidence in his judgment. When you say, I trust your judgment, you are doing more than agreeing with him. You are showing faith in his ability to think clearly and make wise choices. This creates a powerful emotional response, because trust is one of the rarest gifts people receive. Many people are quick to criticize, but slow to believe. The person who offers genuine trust immediately stands apart. Notice something important. This phrase is not about surrendering your own opinions. It is about recognizing competence when it exists. A man feels deeply valued when he knows that someone respects his thinking enough to rely on it. In his mind, this signals admiration, and admiration often becomes the foundation of emotional attachment. Phrase number 5, I can be myself around you. Every person wears masks. Some masks are created to impress others. Some are built to avoid rejection. Some exist because people fear being judged for who they truly are. Men are no different. Many spend years hiding their insecurities, fears, and vulnerabilities behind confidence and strength. This is why the phrase, I can be myself around you, carries extraordinary weight. It tells a man that he has created an environment where authenticity feels safe. It communicates that he does not need to perform, pretend, or constantly prove himself. From a psychological perspective, this phrase fulfills a deep human need. Everyone wants acceptance. Everyone wants to believe that their true self is enough. When a woman expresses that she feels free to be genuine around him, he often begins to feel the same freedom with her. The result is emotional intimacy. And emotional intimacy is what transforms attraction into something much deeper. Physical chemistry may create sparks, but emotional safety creates lasting bonds. Phrase number 6, you always keep your word. Reputation is one of the most valuable assets a person can possess. A man may not remember every compliment he receives, but he will remember being recognized for his character. Character is what remains when appearance fades and circumstances change. When you tell a man, you always keep your word, you are highlighting a quality that many people claim to have but few consistently demonstrate. Reliability is attractive because it creates certainty. In a world full of broken promises, dependable people become extremely valuable. This phrase also reinforces behavior. Human beings naturally move toward identities that are positively recognized. When a man hears that he is trustworthy, he becomes even more motivated to maintain that image. He begins to see himself through that lens. More importantly, this compliment focuses on integrity rather than achievement. Success can come and go. Money can be gained and lost. But integrity remains one of the strongest indicators of long-term value. A man who feels respected for his character often develops a deeper emotional connection than he would from praise directed only at his accomplishments. Phrase number 7, I believe in you. History is filled with people who achieved great things because someone believed in them before the world did. Belief has power. It can strengthen confidence, increase determination, and help a person persist through challenges. When you say, I believe in you, you are offering emotional fuel. You are communicating that you see potential, capability, and strength even when circumstances are uncertain. For many men, this phrase reaches a place that few compliments ever touch. Life is full of pressure. Men are often expected to remain confident even when they feel doubt. They are expected to lead even when they are unsure. During these moments, genuine belief becomes incredibly meaningful. The key word here is genuine. Empty encouragement has little value. Real belief comes from observing effort, resilience, and character. When a woman expresses sincere confidence in a man's ability to succeed, she becomes associated with strength rather than stress. Instead of draining his energy, she adds to it. People naturally grow closer to those who remind them of their potential. They remember those who stood beside them during uncertainty. They remember those who saw greatness before success made it obvious. Phrase number 8, I'm proud of you. Achievement means very little when nobody notices the struggle behind it. Most victories are invisible to the outside world. People see the result, but rarely understand the effort, sacrifice, and discipline required to reach it. This is why the phrase, I'm proud of you, carries such emotional weight. It acknowledges more than success. It recognizes the journey. It tells a man that his effort has been seen and appreciated. There is a subtle difference between admiration and pride. Admiration often focuses on outcomes. Pride focuses on growth. A man may receive praise for winning, but being told that someone is proud of him makes him feel appreciated for who he is becoming. This phrase becomes especially powerful during moments when progress is slow. Success often arrives after long periods of uncertainty. During those times, encouragement matters more than celebration. A woman who recognizes effort before rewards appear becomes emotionally unforgettable. Human beings are drawn toward people who make them feel valued. They move closer to those who appreciate their struggles instead of only their victories. When a man hears sincere pride in your voice, he feels understood at a deeper level than most conversations ever reach. Phrase number 9, I appreciate everything you do. One of the greatest mistakes people make in relationships is assuming that effort should be noticed automatically. The truth is different. Human beings need recognition. They need to know that their actions matter. When you tell a man, I appreciate everything you do, you are acknowledging his contributions. You are showing that his time, energy, and attention are not being taken for granted. This creates a powerful emotional effect because appreciation is often far rarer than criticism. Most people notice what is missing. Very few notice what is being given. A man who feels appreciated experiences a sense of value that strengthens emotional attachment. He no longer feels like his efforts disappear unnoticed. Instead, he feels that what he does has meaning. From a psychological perspective, people naturally invest more in places where they feel valued. Appreciation encourages connection because it satisfies one of the deepest human desires, the desire to matter. Phrase number 10, I love hearing your opinion. Influence begins when people feel heard. Every person wants to believe that their thoughts have value. They want their voice to matter. When a woman says, I love hearing your opinion, she is sending a powerful message. She is communicating that his perspective is important. She is showing interest not just in his presence but in his mind. This phrase works because it creates significance. It tells a man that what he thinks is worth listening to. That feeling is surprisingly rare. Many conversations are simply people waiting for their turn to speak. Genuine curiosity stands out immediately. There is another reason this phrase is effective. People become emotionally attached to those who make them feel respected. Respect creates trust, and trust creates connection. A man who feels respected for his ideas often becomes more open, more engaged, and more emotionally invested. The strongest connections are built when both people feel that their thoughts are welcomed rather than dismissed. This phrase quietly creates that environment. Phrase number 11, you make me laugh. Never underestimate the power of positive emotions. People remember those who bring joy into their lives. They remember the individuals who make difficult days feel lighter. When you say, you make me laugh, you are associating a man with happiness. You are telling him that his presence improves your emotional state. This is more important than many realize. Humor creates connection because it lowers defenses. It creates shared experiences. It transforms ordinary moments into memorable ones. A man who knows he can make you smile feels a sense of emotional influence that goes far beyond attraction. The reason this phrase works is simple. Human beings seek environments that make them feel good. If a man knows that he brings happiness into your life, he begins to associate you with those same positive feelings. Over time, this creates a bond that becomes increasingly difficult to ignore. Phrase number 12, I miss talking to you. Scarcity creates value. People rarely appreciate something fully until they feel its absence. This principle applies not only to power and opportunity, but also to relationships. When you say, I miss talking to you, you are communicating that his presence leaves an impact. You are letting him know that conversations with him are different from conversations with everyone else. This phrase is effective because it signals emotional significance without sounding desperate. It simply acknowledges reality. His absence was noticed. His presence is appreciated. Most people spend their lives wondering whether they truly matter to others. This phrase answers that question directly. It tells a man that he occupies space in your thoughts, even when he is not around. The key is sincerity. Genuine feelings always carry more weight than exaggerated words. A simple statement delivered honestly can create a stronger emotional response than 100 dramatic compliments. Phrase number 13, I'm glad I met you. Of all the phrases on this list, this may be the most powerful. Why? Because it summarizes value. It communicates that your life became better because this person entered it. When a woman says, I'm glad I met you, she is expressing gratitude for the connection itself. She is not praising one action, one quality, or one achievement. She is appreciating the entire experience of knowing him. This phrase touches something deep inside human nature. Everyone wants to feel that their existence positively affects someone else's life. Everyone wants to know that their presence matters. What makes this phrase especially powerful is its simplicity. It does not sound rehearsed. It does not feel manipulative. It feels genuine. And genuine emotions are often the most persuasive force of all. A man may forget many compliments over time, but he rarely forgets hearing that someone's life became better because he was part of it. Those words stay with him. They become part of how he remembers the relationship. The final lesson is simple. Attraction is not built through endless talking. It is built through emotional impact. The right words, spoken with sincerity, can create trust, respect, appreciation, and connection. These 13 phrases work because they speak to universal human desires. The desire to feel valued, the desire to feel understood, the desire to feel important in someone's life. When those needs are met, emotional bonds naturally grow stronger. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. Leave a comment below and tell us which phrase you think is the most powerful. And if you found this valuable, share it with someone who might benefit from it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.